Hi everyone and welcome back to Devils Chat. Wow, another win by the Devils on Friday. 3 from 3, undefeated, sitting second on the VFL ladder. We couldn't have asked for a better start to our VFL AFL journey than that, I don't think. It's pretty impressive. I don't think too many of us expected that a few weeks ago, but here we are. And on the back of that, I can see there's a lot of positivity and a great vibe around the team and the whole concept at the moment. And I'm pretty happy about that as well. So on the back of that good feeling and the vibe and feeling upbeat, I've decided to give away some Devil merchandise to a couple of passionate Devil supporters. Up for grabs is a Devils VFL home Guernsey, looking like this, and a Devils scarf, looking like this. I'll tell you a bit later in the video how you can get your hands on those two beauties. Right, about the game on Friday. What a great performance by the Devils, kicking 21 goals 19 to smash the Frankston Dolphins by a whopping 78 points. Our first away game and a big win against a team who made a prelim final last year. The game started with the Devils kicking against a 2 or 3 goal breeze in the first quarter. But against that breeze, the Devils jumped Frankston and they kicked the first 4 goals of the match. Frankston then kicked the next 5 goals in a row and took the lead and held it until about the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. But after that, it was all Devils. They took control of the match and they kicked 17 goals after that point to Frankston's 4 goals. It was a dominant performance by the Devils. I thought Giveways was best on ground. Lockie Hay with 4 goals. He looked really good, played well. Sam Siggins was great up forward. Jen Hagan played well again. Harry Elmer did some really good things. Jackson Artemis using his usual pace and run. Robbie Fox, the captain, returning to the side. Played well in the midfield, had plenty of the ball, won a number of centre clearances, especially early in the game when Frankston were kicking their goals. Caleb Mitchell provided good run and kicking skills. And Brad Cox Goodyear, I think, back to some of his best footy and a great long running goal in the second quarter after a couple of bounces. I thought Hugh Dixon was strong up forward again. And Kai Cameron shown some good signs, good clean hands again early on in the game. The Devils hardly had a poor player. And as you would expect in a 13-goal win, the Devils dominated all the stats. Dominated disposals, clearances, inside 50s, tackles. I guess the only bad news on the game was on the injury front. Jackson Artemis seemed to do a hamstring. It's bad luck for him because he's been playing very well in the first 3 games. But our next game is not for 3 weeks, so if it's only a mild strain, he might make it back in time for that next one. We'll have to wait and see there. And Zach Adams went off the ground in the third quarter with what seemed to be a lower leg injury, but he did come back on the field after that and seemed to move okay. So just hope all is well there. My votes for the game, I'm going to share those on the screen. So I gave 5 votes to Giveways. As I said, best on ground. 28 disposals, 13 marks, 3 clearances and a goal. He's showing why he played nearly 50 AFL games with the Bombers. 4 votes, Lockie Hay. 4 goals, 14 disposals. This guy has good pace, skill, and he has some smarts. 3 votes I gave to Sam Siggins for his 4 goals, 7 marks. It was a strong and skillful display up forward. 2 votes I gave to Jed Hagan for his 19 disposals, 2 goals and 3 clearances. And 1 vote, Harry Elmer, 18 disposals and 2 goals. If we bring up our voting leaderboard, we can see that Jai Menzies is leading with 9 votes after 3 games. Jed Hagan, 8 votes. Max Roney, 7 votes. Jackson Artemis, 5 votes. And Lockie Hay, 4 votes. The Devils now have a few weeks off. There is a representative game next weekend. It's the VFL versus the SANFL. And actually, Devils have 3 members in that squad: Jai Menzies, Hugh Dixon and Jed Hagan. After that game, the Devils have a bye the following week. So that means the next 2 weekends, there are no games for the Devils. But we play again on Anzac Day, Saturday, the 25th of April, a night game, a big game, at home at Ninja Stadium against Carlton, the Blue Baggers. A big team with a lot of supporters in Tassie. I know it's only their VFL team, but I think there'll be a lot of interest from local Carlton supporters to get along and have a look. We might eclipse the 11,000 at North Hobart Oval for the first game. Who knows? The official capacity of Ninja, I think, is listed at 19,500. It'd be nice to see us actually give that a nudge, and I think we might. So I'd just like to move on, and I'd like to respond to a couple of the comments that were made by viewers after the last episode. Nick Forrest says, Damo, I'm pretty sure the Papahusan news was an April Fool's. Hi, Nick. It does seem to be a prank. I agree. It did seem to be odd to me, extremely odd, but I fell for it. But I guess I'm not the only one. But when I was a kid, if you made an April Fool's joke and if you let it run until after 12 noon on the 1st of April, then that prank actually reversed onto the prankster and the prankster became the fool. Now, I'm not actually calling out the Devil's media as fools, not by any means. But the story is still on their website and it's now the April the 5th. So I think it might be time for them to take it down. Let me know what you think. Another comment was from Ban Live Export 325. Nice hashtag. He says, it's an absolute joke Tasmania being in the VFL playing amateur teams like Coburg, Port Melbourne and Frankston. We deserve to be in the AFL. Well, I mean, the simple answer to that is we are. We have the AFL licence and we're starting in 2028, around 22 to 23 months from now. It's not long. The time will fly between now and then. So we've got a lot to look forward to, absolutely. Right, so I just want to get back to what I mentioned early in the video, where a merch giveaway. What I'm giving away is a Devils, a VFL home Guernsey and a Devils scarf. Now, if you are a passionate Devils supporter, I want you to tell me in 50 words or less what the Devils mean to you and why you believe we deserve to have our team in the AFL. Pretty simple, but it's a passionate question and I think we should get some passionate answers because it's a decent sort of giveaway, I think. To be eligible, you need to be subscribed to the channel and you need to be living in Australia just so you can actually receive the merch. If you are not subscribed, then click subscribe and then tell me what the Devils mean to you and why you believe we deserve to have our team in the AFL. And post it in the comments section below. I'll be announcing the winner of that a day or two before our next game, which is, as I said, it's on Anzac Day, 25th of April. So good luck, get to work and let me know what you think. So that's about it for today. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you later in the week for more Devils chat. And go Devils.